Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella, and today we're going to take a look at a really cool arpeggio idea from Mike Stern that uses rhythmic displacement and chromaticism to create some really cool tension. Let's take a look. Before we get started, if you enjoy the video, please give it a like. That really helps the channel to grow. And if you're new here and you enjoy this sort of content, I release new jazz guitar lesson videos every single week. So please be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on my newest videos. And if you're interested in supporting me further, please consider checking out my Patreon, where I post PDFs for each and every one of my lesson videos, as well as a weekly jazz solo transcription. So for as little as $5 a month, you get access to over 100 lesson PDFs and over 100 jazz solo transcriptions. There's a ton of stuff to practice there. Now let's get started. This line is a 2-5-1 in the key of C major. So we have D minor 7, G7, C major 7. And we're starting with an F major triad. Now an F major triad over D minor 7 gives us the flat third, the fifth, and the flatted 7. So it's the upper part of a D minor 7. And we're going to play down a second inversion arpeggio twice. So starting here on the 8th fret of the first string with a C, A, F, C. And then we're going to go up a half step. And we're going to play the same exact idea, except we're going to double the first two notes. And then we're going to go up another half step and play a G major triad. And then up another half step, play an A flat major triad. And then go up another half step to play an A major triad, but we're going to double the first two notes again. And then once we get here, we're going to play D, C, B, D, and we're going to land on C, which takes us to our C major 7. So we're enclosing the root. Once we get there, we're going to go C, B, A, G, F, E. So here's the full line. So we can see that he's starting on the D minor 7. He starts with the F major triad, but then he starts moving it up chromatically to create tension. And this tension eventually releases when he encloses the C note of the 1 chord when we get to the C major 7. And in addition to the tension created by the chromaticism, we also have this rhythmic displacement where instead of playing a bunch of even 4-note groupings, we double one of the sets of notes in there and create a 6-note grouping, which then moves where the beat lands. Now that we have that line under our fingers, let's take a look at two of the elements, the arpeggio element and then the rhythmic displacement element. Now, when Mike Stern plays this idea, he almost always uses these second inversion major triads and moves them up in half steps. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't explore other options, because I'm sure he has. So we're going to run through the key of C major. We're going to start with the D minor triad. And then E minor, then F major, and G major, A minor, B diminished, C major, and then D minor again. We could also explore other inversions with this idea. So instead of playing second inversion triads, let's play first inversion 7th chords, which looks similar. So instead of playing a D minor, I'm going to change this A to a B, and now we have a B minor 7 flat 5. And if I go up, we have C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, back to B minor 7 flat 5. Let's try first inversion triads. Start with F, G, A minor, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, back to F major. Now you can see with this concept, we've covered the entire neck in different forms of arpeggios. And of course, we could explore other scale types too. We could do this in harmonic minor and melodic minor and diminished and all sorts of things. Now that we have a bunch of arpeggios under our fingers, let's take a look at the rhythmic concepts here. So all we're really doing is playing this 4-note grouping. Most of the time we're playing 4 notes, and sometimes we'll double the first 2 notes to create a 6-note grouping, and that just moves where metrically this fits into the beat. So if I were to count this out, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so you can see it moves where the feeling of the beat is. Once we introduce that 6-note grouping, the downbeat is no longer the top of the arpeggio. It now moves to the middle of the arpeggio until we do another 6-note grouping, then that evens it out again. But you could take this and throw in more 6-note groupings, less 6-note groupings, and it'll keep changing where the rhythmic emphasis is. You could also take this and do this in like a sort of Al Di Meola or even a Zakk Wylde kind of feel, where we keep the beat the same, but we just change the subdivision. So I could do something like this. Al Di Meola does this a lot, and like I said before, Zakk Wylde, the heavy metal guitar player, does this a lot with his playing. Now let's take these arpeggio concepts and these rhythmic concepts and move it to a 2/5. This is a 2/5 in the key of C major. So we have D minor 7, G7, C major 7. And we're starting here with a D minor triad, E minor triad, and an F major triad, but we're going to displace it. And then we're going to switch to A flat melodic minor for the G7 altered, because that gives us the G altered scale, right? E flat major, F diminished, and then we're going to rhythmically displace a G diminished. And we're going to slide up to an A flat minor. And then we're going to go down to C. C, G, E, A, G, E, C, D, E. So here's the full line. So you can see we're moving the first inversion arpeggios through C major or D Dorian for the D minor 7. Then we're switching to A flat melodic minor for the G7 altered, and then switching to a C major line to finish it out, to resolve it. And this is something you could explore all over the place and in all 12 keys and really get to know these arpeggio shapes and this rhythmic idea, because this can be a really cool part of your playing. This is one of my favorite things that Mike Stern does, and he uses this a lot in his playing, and it's such a cool way to create tension release. So I hope you enjoy exploring this in all the keys and all kinds of different progressions. And if you want to dig in further, remember to check out the PDF on Patreon. Thanks for checking out today's lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.